Why I talk about color lampo is that I spend the money in that shop. I swear I make money from there. But in Nigeria, we do other business, sell electronics, sell, even as it is right now, we can start selling things to make money in this country. I have one shop that I sell food stuff in any bag of rice, bag of beans, bag of corn, bag of oba. In each state, I have the business I do there. But where I learn my business first is in Onitsha, main market. And I used to sell clothes. But from clothes now, I now start expanding. I use my first motor to go and sell in Mbuka in Onitsha. From there, I now learn the Mbuka market. So now when I catch a motor now, I PCC it and go and pass it on. So that is how it is. So but today now we are here and it's only me and you because that they call it in Asolog to come and do clearing and forwarding. The compound is dirty. So it's okay now. Call your boys. All of you should come and do your work to clean the compound. They will cut glass, clean the louvers, clean chair, clean table. Then when you come here now, you say it's all level that when they are doing all level meeting in Asolog, they will not see your picture, but will see your head where you are carrying plate of drink and sharing drink. Is that one on all level?
That is the one he getting now.
That is his department, huh?
Okay.
It is it's PA to another PA.
Let's talk about what is bringing us here.
Okay.
Because you know we don't have much time.
I'm here.
The issue that making me to call you, just like I said yesterday, is the issue of food security for Nigeria. Because gaskiya people are starving, people are dying as a result of hunger. And even before now, we have been warned in this country that a problem for problem idea for front. There are a lot of decisions that we are taking part that will come and haunt us in the future, because the future is here before us. And that is why the president, a couple of weeks ago, I declared state of emergency for the food security, food sector for Nigeria. That there is state of emergency in terms of food security for Nigeria. So we look at this intervention of food security, and up till today, we have not heard anything about food security for Nigeria. All we are hearing is talk. We have not seen action. That is why I said today we are going to sit down and we are going to look at the implication of this issue of food in Nigeria, right from history. We are not going power. Just recently, what is happening, for instance, in the last 10 years in terms of food security for Nigeria. If you look at from the security part of it, we are going to also look at the economic part of it, and the reality part of it, that is hunger that is disturbing people in the land now. We are going to look at all of those things today for this show, Area Matters. That is why I call you. Even though the government have declared state of emergency in the food security, but we are still having a lot of problem. And warning have come to Nigeria plenty times. That there is problem. In part, last year in 2022, 2022, there is this report that say out of 113 countries in the world that are having poverty in terms of food problem, Nigeria is 107. We are very, very high on that list. There is a problem of poverty in Nigeria, and there is going to be food crisis for Nigeria, and we have come to the time that we are facing food insecurity in Nigeria. And you know, if you are looking at some of the real factors of insecurity or food insecurity in Nigeria, you have to look at number one, the issue of security itself. You have to look at issue of poverty. You have to look at issue of climate change, because we talk about insecurity now. The people are not being able to go to farm because bandits are there chasing them here and they are killing them. They are not allowing them to go and do their farming. And even the small ones that are able to go to the farm and do, some of them, they will come and destroy their farm produce before it reach maturity. Kaga is one of the driving factor of our issue of food insecurity in Nigeria. Another thing is the issue of climate change. You remember last year, issue of flooding for Nigeria. It has watched a lot of palm produce in the palm in Nigeria, different part of Nigeria, and even killed many people. That is issue of polluting and climate change. And now the Lakido Dam is also open again. We are anticipating another polluting for Nigeria. That is why some governors are saying people move out from low area, go to where there is a high mountain and the land that is even higher than all those low areas that water will come and carry you. But now,
how many mountains in Nigeria?
So it's not mountain completely per se, but land that is up, that's not going to be down, like where rain will come and carry people. But we forget that even if we commode people from there, how about the palm? Can we tell the people to carry their palm along and go to the high place? You see, that is issue of climate change that we have to look at. And we have also increasing number of population for Nigeria. Another thing is issue of governance. When you talk about poor policy implementation, and big amongst the issue is inefficient agricultural practices, and that is where we are going today. That is what I want us to discuss. And we even have issue of post-harvest losses back, because sometimes even the ones that do the harvest, they don't have where to go and save the palm produce. Storage facility, babu storage facility, and sometimes even the road that you are going to come out from the local farm to the city is another problem. Some farmers, some market people will go to the farm and buy the palm produce very cheaper, but the cost of transportation from that farm to the market is what will make the thing very expensive. And the you and I that are not in the business will not understand. People that are going to the market to buy will say, why is this thing very expensive? Why is this thing very expensive? Is the reason, pa? That is part of the reason. But now we are saying, if a country like Poland, which is a small country that in size is not even up to Niger State. Poland is not as big as Niger State in land mass, but if you see the value of $1 billion of agriculture that is in that country, you will open your mouth.
You know the problem here now is that we sometimes when like let me use a football now. Your opponent carry ball from his own 18. Play the ball to your own post. And score goal. You now blame goalkeeper. You say he did not catch the ball. Meanwhile, from 18, his own 18,
he passed Asaka. He passed midfield.
The label. He passed 10 people. 11 people.
He passed 10. Goalkeeper 11.
So he passed 10. People did not blink the ball down, or they not even blink it, because when I used to play ball there in Cameroon, they will say if you miss the ball, don't miss the leg. You get it? The highest that will happen is yellow card or even red card. You go and less, but the ball did not enter net. Now you will leave the ball. 10 people will leave the ball. Ball will walk out and go and meet the goalkeeper. One person. They will now score. You say, keeper did not catch the ball. The same way now here in Nigeria, security now is low. So who want to go to farm and go and die there? Because he can be in the farm now. Very, very true life experience, I'm telling you. Even some people that do farming now in the east, you'll be in the farm with your wife and your children. This man will come with a number and with a machete and a gun, AK. And in your belly before, they will chop your wife and chop your daughter. And now carry their number will not chop your club. So now they have chopped you entirely. So tell me now, as that man, when will that memory come out from your head to see that man do that to your daughter and your wife? Tomorrow will you enter the farm again? You go and find work and do outside the farm. That way now, the people that you are training from that club will now go hungry. You get it? Now put the yam, the cassava, the corn. And even when you are doing farming like that, now you employ some other boys to come and join and farm. That way now you are also giving them employment and giving them salary. And from that employment and salary, you're also giving them food as supplementary benefit as who follow you work for farm. That way now you see big corn lies on top that's supposed to be harvest. Nama will come and chop it. And your presence, they will tell you and keep you, watch it. Nama chop it. Tomorrow will you go to farm again? But the government now that will put security intact and say, okay, Enya, this place is for farmland. Let us grow crop here. Enya, carry your nama and keep it here. Because if you check it, that farm, that cassava is not going around. Imagine the way that because two of them are food. This one is meat. This one is food. This one is more of carbohydrate. This one is protein. Now protein will go and spoil carbohydrate, but carbohydrate will not come out to go and spoil protein. So if we are going to be doing crop rotation or movement of production of food, then we are going to be moving our farm around. Maybe like you want to pass from Asokolo now, I'll carry my 50 plus of land and pass.
It's impossible,
Now I'm saying now. Now I'll carry my 50 plus of land and pass. I'll be passing small. Maybe the president want to pass. I say make it wet, not to spoil my club. I'll pass small with my 50 plus of land, with my cassava and my corn on top of it. Is it good like that?
It's not good.
So that is why now you also doing farming with your nama. That one is also farming. It is good for the life you get and the business. Now keep it to one side. And go and be buying glass. You can even come and be buying glass from the farmer. It's business, so. Say now, when you cut this glass now, don't burn it. Cut it and pack it. Let us come and carry it from you and go and feed our cow. You get it?
Yeah.
But you will not do it like that. You will now walk up past and spoil what people have borrow money to do. Then on top of that now, we also understand that what is called what's it called? Saliva. It's not saliva. Fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
You get it now. Now government will not help with the fertilizer.
But wait, before we even talk about fertilizer, let's go and sell this market. If we come back, we are going to open the poll line. Then we'll continue the talk.
No problem.
You continue from fertilizer.
I am here.
We will go on a commercial. If we come back now, we are going to open the poll line so that you can also call and contribute, because this issue of farming in Nigeria is what we want to really encourage in Nigeria. But first, we have to look at the problem and all the issues attached to it, from security, economy, social, and every other something that is attached to it, before we will bring some of the solution that we are going to suggest. Stay with us and please don't move a motion. Don't change your dial. This is Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at VOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. VOP TV, show up, speak up.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream. Delight in every school. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream.
At number 4, Obomosho Street,
Area 8, Geriki, Abuja, or 3rd Avenue, Gwaripa, Abuja, or Federal Housing Estate, Phase 2, Lube, Abuja. Call 0908-831-5906 or 0908-831-5908 or 0909-238-9861. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at romeospizza.ng.
website
www.romeospizza.ng. Romeo, the pizza champions. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Are you traveling to Lagos and desire a perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42 Murtala Mohammed International Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in our beautiful appointed rooms, featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Now, whether you are traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your every need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop from the Lagos airport.
Why not take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant?
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So why wait? Book your stay today and experience the ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Believe me. The hustle never stops. The grind must continue.
It seems that, yes, I would like to buy something.
Regardless of how hard life gets, take a break from the norm. Let's face life issues head on. From alcoholism to obesity, entertainment and lifestyle. Everything that matters on Matters. Mondays to Fridays, 12 to 3 p.m. on Voice of the People, Abuja. Because your voice matters.
Wondered if your opinion matters. Do you know that your voice can change the narrative? Your voice matters. Lend your voice today. Become a part of our family on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Now you have a voice. To connect with the live studio, press 0700 010 961 961. Thank you for calling Voice of the People Radio. Please hold while we connect you.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Now you have a voice 1 2 1 2. Because everybody talking 96.1. Hold up, what's up? 96.1. Don't break the voice.
Thank you for choosing Voice of the People FM.
Serving our community. This is the best radio station.
Voice of the People, 96.1 FM.
Bye there.
Inakwana.
Good morning.
Ilahiala.
Ekaro.
Obohia.
Good morning.
Mewo.
Edio. Tutuama. Keideo.
Good morning.
Welcome back. This is Area Matters on Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja, and we are here in the studio. Ni wato Malam Ali and my friend Wiro Kenanko. I hope I am able to call the number, because one Nigeria will try to call every name, so that if I come out for Nigeria and go for my farmers meeting in African country, I will be able to call my friends and say, just like yesterday, I was telling you that I was invited by one of my friends, the national chairman, national president of all Farmers Association of Nigeria. He invited me yesterday. I went and met him, and we discussed plenty things. And we are going to discuss some of the discussion on this program here. But before I will allow you to talk, because you have been saying very important thing about farming before we go on that break. You were talking about fertilizer, but I will open the phone line so that our listener can even call and say something. Even our viewers that are watching us live on BOP TV on YouTube, they can also drop their comment there, and we are going to read their comment. The number to call is 070 0010 961 961. Let me call the number again: 070 0010 961 961. You can call a normal call or you can send them for SMS. We are going to read your message. In fact, if you don't want to use that one, you have WhatsApp. You can call us via WhatsApp. We are going to answer your call, or you send us WhatsApp message. It's the same number, pa. Don't go and add anything. Don't go and change the number from 07 to 080. Let me call it again in part so that you get it well this time around. 070 0010 961 961. That is the number you can call and say something about this issue, because we are talking about food security for Nigeria and even food insecurity, because we are having big problem that is insecurity, but in the food sector, and we are looking at the problem. We are going to identify it all and look at it from different angle, from society, from social angle, from security, from economy, and even from the hunger aspect of it. We are looking at it. You are saying something about fertilizer. Please continue.
You know, anytime you ask me any question like this, I look at it from the business part of it.
Yeah, that is the economic part of it.
You know, when you call it economic, it looks like we are doing economic. You know, economic is sounding like someone that is managing.
They continue.
But as a big man, I don't manage. But when you say, okay, you want to support somebody that is doing farming. Now, when somebody want to use hoe to cultivate cassava, now before you dig the leach, you know leach now, the one the
kunyaba.
I don't know what
we call it kunya okokomi. What's that komi? It is not a.
So that is it. Now before you use hoe now to dig leach, that will cover one plot of land. You will be having had to go and settle with the chemists to the link pen leaf. But when you have what is it called mechanized farming, you get it.
Yes.
Now use your tractor, enter, and you dig your leach and you plant you cannot feed more people.
Haka.
You get it. Even if the government don't want to give that one free, you can say, okay, this is 1 million, but we are going to sell it for you for 800,000. But you can pay 200,000 and carry it and be paying small. That is government that want to help you get sense.
Yes,
you get it. That way now, the farmer will not be under pressure to put much money to make it to sell, to make money to go and pay for the tractor. You know that, okay?
Yeah, pay small over long period of time.
No pleasure. You are not under pleasure to go and pay the money. You get it?
Yeah.
Now, you now be doing like that. Then government now say, okay, we are going to support you with like 100 bags of fertilizer. You're not paying for it. Now, you not add that money on top of it. Then the of all of them now is transporting your food produce from farmland to the market. It's another problem. Bad load. Sometimes you carry your tomato from north. Before you carry it and reach Imo State, it has fallen in Okigwe or fallen in Kogi. You will not call on phone, oh God, the tomato have scattered. That is your, how many months to suffer? Scatter one hand. But you know, if you have a good load now, you are sure that okay, in the night now, you can do your transportation. But before, we move all these products with the terrain. You don't even see them on the load because these days now container will fall and kill people. So you do terrain, and if the terrain cross every state, you can comfortably now pack all your load inside the terrain from your farmland now come to the terrain parts and pack it. From there they move it to the state where you want to go and supply. You supply there, your money enter your account. Farming continue. No hijacking, no security problem. So now you cannot even begin to complain because the problem now is from the government. What the government is supposed to do, they're not doing it.
And that is why part of what somebody was even saying in that meeting that I told you I attended yesterday is in fact it's a program that I attended. Is Dr. Faruk Moody, Dr. Faruk Rabiu Moody is the national president of All Farmers Association of Nigeria. He's my friend. He invited me. I went there and they say, Mala Ali, you know what we are trying to do? You know my farm in Kano because he has very big land, palm land for Kano. If you see his rice farm for Kano, you will stand and you cannot even see the end of the palm. So we are looking at the issue. They say, if you look at it, Mala Ali, government don't have business in doing business. I say, what do you mean by that? He said, what the government are supposed to do is to provide the enabling environment for people to come and put their money and do the farming. But the place is not even conducive. He said, do you know that now almost all our palm produce, if we carry it from Nigeria to outside Nigeria to go and sell, they reject it? Because that we don't even know the standard that is even expected in the foreign country. He said before, part of our source of foreign exchange is from the palm produce. That we take cocoa, you take cotton, you take granite, you take what have you to foreign country. But now, because of the way the government did not make people to research, there is no adequate research. The institutes are there, but they are not carrying out recent research to understand what is the changes, what is the new development in this particular sector, so that you know this is what is expected of you. Babushi. You talk about people going into palm, they don't even know what is expected for them. And one of the biggest problems they even talk is political farmers. He says the previous administration that just passed now, they have budgeted and spent too much billions of naira from the CBN, Anko Borowa and CBN, what have you from CBN, but the money did not even go to the real farmers. He said it's the political farmers that got that money. That is why I say you are not saying government should carry the money and go and give people. Use the money to create the enabling environment for people to go and farm. And you see this thing that you are even talking about, this issue of mechanized farming. He even talk about it. He said let's forget about issue of subsistence farming. We should go about mechanized farming. Try to do all this. Government sign agreement with China today, government sign agreement with Japan today, with Korea tomorrow, but we are not seeing the big impact. He said try and encourage people so that we have the equipment. The world have gone digital now. It's mechanical farming that we are doing now. Mechanized farming is what is trending now. You will see between 1 to 3 days you are going to cultivate a land that you need 10 people to do 1 week or 2 weeks to cultivate it.
You know the other part of it is that if you do mechanized farming, you're not only going to feed the farmers, you're also going to feed the engineers. You get it? Because there's somebody that will do the assembly of that product. And it's not as if it's rocket science to assemble. If somebody can assemble motor, big motor.
To our Ajakuta steel that is supposed to be producing the steel that they do the iron and the machine is not working.
Now, but are you aware now that if we have that mechanized farming, maybe it is working very, very well in all the states? Because every state have big land that they do farming. So,
that is why I was saying yesterday that in the north we palm, even you in the east you palm, in the west we palm, and that is one thing that even bring all of us together. All of us can eat, all of us can palm in Nigeria.
Do you know that we have this cassava now that they're talking about? You can use it to do plenty things.
So same market.
You use it to do garlic. You can use it to do bread.
Even flour,
bread now you get it. Now, if we are doing that mechanized farming now, and
you did not mention apple.
Why I don't talk about apple is that as a big man I don't talk about apple.
It's a lie. You are eating apple. You eat apple.
I ate garlic.
You eat apple.
Yellow garlic. If we put oil inside it and turn it well with a goose straw. And put one very small chilled something by the
but one of your title, your traditional title is not far from the name of apple. What is the name of that your traditional title that is close to apple if he mentions the name?
Is it Mirewiro?
It's not close to apple now. Call the other one. It's close to apple.
No, it's not. Now, if we have in every state, that's mechanized farming. We are also going to have people who are repairing that tractor in every state, and you will not have one. Let's say we are talking about Kano now. You can have a very professional places like a 20-something, and each of those places now, each of the Ogadia will employ some boys.
But you know, we have all of these things before, in this country. Use all these agri extension officers that you have. You go, you see the tractor before in all of those Ministry of Agri and local government agri office. But now everything has been bastardized. We don't have it anymore.
Are you aware that apart from this mechanical part of it that it will give work, people who are selling the pass,
there's a market for them.
Yes, you start selling pass. People will focus on, okay, let me be selling pass of the tractor because people are always buying the pass. You get? Now people will also say, let me be repairing. So okay, let me be importing the pass or be importing the full tractor. You see now only one corner now that is business for about 4 people. Are you aware that another problem we also have now is also preservation? The reason why people don't want to do even big one is when you harvest it, where will you put it?
That's the problem.
Because people cannot finish it in one day. Then we are here going to kill ourselves by buying tin tomato from our blood.
In fact,
meanwhile we can do it here.
My friend is a victim of this thing. In fact, that thing almost nearly give my friend high blood pressure. He carried trailer of perishable. You know, not in a kayangwari. We call it kayangwari. He carried this kayangwari from the north. You want to carry it to Lagos. On the way, the motor spoiled for road. You know, this thing have just few days to stay, especially tomato, cabbage, lettuce, and all this atarugu, borkono, and what have you. All this perishable. Motor spoiled for road. About two how many motor that he put these things to Lagos, the motor spoiled for road. Before they get to Lagos, water is dropping from the motor. Water is dropping, tomato I don't spoil. They reach market. In fact, the price they are pricing those things because it don't become baje. That's what we call it by tomato.
So tomato.
Now you know you are going to even beg people to buy. In fact, everything. Don't be small investment, pa. And don't forget that first of all you cultivate. It's not as if you just send the tomato alone, pa. You first cultivate the land. You do clearing in the land. You cultivate the land. You now buy seedling and do the planting. You even do what do you call it, the primary one first before you do transplanting. You do the nursery, you do nursery. Then you carry, you do transplanting, and you do weeding, you do watering, irrigation, and you know that's another part that people are having difficulty in terms of irrigation, especially when you are doing dry season farming, because the dams are not even enough for us to even do, and we need government to also help in that part of it. You get all of those expenses. What up till when you do over 3 months that this thing become mature, you carry it to Lagos, you pay transportation from north to Lagos, and all of that thing now spoil because motor spoil for road. You see one big problem. If today we have where we are going to just carry all of these things and go and refine them and turn them to tin tomato and sachet tomato, you don't have a problem. You just be selling them.
If you want to buy some things now from the Western world, UK, you'll see sachet this one. Most time, you know, our own here we buy tin tomato in Kunkum. Yeah, they put their own in a carton. It's like a carton that has water blue inside. So you just open it and you're using it. Just like the carton of all this juice. You get it? Now you can even buy carrots that they have preserved.
You remind me, I will even tell you why they are putting it in carton. I will tell you.
Okay. Now, they preserve all these things. So, with that one now, imagine that maybe in each state, they have like a 5 preservation spots supported by government. Or government arrange it and private investors can put money. Because if we have much produce now coming from farm, based on that we don't have security disturbing them, someone can invest and say, okay, my own business now is I want to open preservation spots.
There is a lot of value chain in that agriculture sector.
Too much money.
No sector in this whole world has the number of value chain that agriculture have.
They will it's from our people say it's silaka felaka from one hand to another hand. There is enough money going land there. You get it?
Yes.
Are you aware that even if you are doing supply of diesel to the farmland, your work is just to be supplying diesel to the farmland. They don't need to come out because that tractor cannot drive far. You only pack it around because even in the farm now they build thatch house where they stay. Let me say your own work now is that you know how to build all those kind of house. You know how many contracts you are getting every time to come and be building house for that place. Then you're not supplying diesel to the engine. You are also supplying. It's a business. You now open where they are doing preservation. So once they finish, they are not even scared of to carry to market again. No pleasure. Nobody is pleasuring anybody. Once you harvest, take it to the preservation spot. They process it and preserve. Now you can now repackage. With that itself, a company that is even doing packaging and distribution can also come out and say, okay, let us partner with you. Be producing, let us be packaging and we look for a name and register. Do you know how many people they will employ as marketers? They will employ drivers that will do distribution. They will employ admin. This one the government is shouting they want to employment. This is just touch one sector.
The job that is going to create, the government don't even need to employ anybody.
You get it? To start passing out. That way now, you're not sure that, okay, we'll not have a surplus. It's when we have surplus, start thinking of, okay, this yam now, apart from to chop yam, what else can we use this yam to do? You start thinking, okay, you can use it to do flour. We have SS. We are landed. Let's test it. If we get it, you do the first one, the second one, it will work. Now you now start doing the distribution of yam flour. A marketer will now come. Look, let me help you. You are producing. Let me help you market. You now like produce by so marketed by. That marketer will now employ people to market your flour. It's a business everywhere.
So Sema,
you get it. Now another person that is doing another kind of business now, because if you are selling clothes, I mean that is selling food and making money. I want to change clothes.
So say
now bring clothes for me. Let me buy. As I buy clothes from you, I can even buy plenty. Say, okay, don't worry, don't pay for this. Use this one that's remaining. Now give me food. Let me.
And you see, all of this thing now, the genesis is from agriculture.
Just the first thing first is to make sure that people who are going to farm are safe. First thing first. People who are going to farm, are they safe? If yes, then people will start going to farm.
And another thing that we discussed with Dr. Paruk, my friend Paruk Mudi, he said we have to do a paradigm shift. That we have to enlighten the youth of Nigeria, that because they are looking at farming as if it's for the old people in the village. He said farming is not for old people in the village alone. No. Farming is for, in part, it's even for the youth, because it is when you are youth that you have the strength to even do the farming
and even have innovation.
Yeah, and this our school, there is this association of dean of agricultural university of Nigeria, ADAN. They were also there when we having the discussion. They say if you teach them how to catch them young, make sure you encourage the student in school to understand. And somebody made one point that make me really, I really enjoy that point. Do you know what that man saying? He say, part of why we are having problem that the youth are not embracing agriculture is from school. It's from teachers that are making it like that. Why is it so? Why is this man saying teachers are discouraging children from farming? He say, if in the past, it's not now, it's something that has been happening from the past generation. He say, remember when we were children, if you go to farm, especially those of us who attended LEA primary school and secondary school, and you discover that if you do anything, the punishment is they will send you to farm, to go and farm. That is what they do in the villages. So now people are looking at it that, okay, so you are sending me to farm as a punishment, which means farm is a punishment. Instead of you to teach people to understand that farming is a business. Farming is
they will be chopping that thing. You get it? Now the both the water from the field will also be helping the plantain, and that environment will be so fine for the snail to be glowing. You see, just one portion. You're making your money.
Different value chain.
Yes, nah.
The beauty of agriculture is, except people don't understand, there is no waste product in agriculture.
No.
There is no waste product. Everything in agriculture is money.
Agriculture is like a palm tree. You know, palm tree. There's palm fruits. That tree and the fruits, everything around that tree
is value.
It's value. No one is a waste. You from the tree now. When you bring that tree down and cut it, easy to do loofing. That thing, not
bambuko?
No, the tree itself.
Okay.
The big tree.
Okay,
you bring it down and use saw and cut it into pole line.
Okay, here we call it azara. Azara.
See that tree? Nothing chop it.
Termites, you cannot eat it. Yes, it's azara. It's azara. In fact, in the past, when we are coming up in Kano and even some part of the North Central, our people used to go to Nasarawa because they have it there. They used to buy it from Nasarawa and take it to the north. It's called azara. But if children are not careful, this will enter their hand and choke them for hand.
That's it. That's the thing. Even if you don't use it to do loof, if you carry it like that and put something under, it is a really strong chair to stay there at the ancestors to go and come. Now that one is a pass. The leaf. If you bring out the one inside, the leaf is a bloom. You bring out that green part, easy to do mat or hand fan. You get it? Now there's another part again that of it that fall out. That is like the palm, the other one that is like ujuju. Use that one to do fire. Now if you come to the palm flute itself, now you use the flute. Now when you bring out the oil, the chaff, use it to do some other things they do in the village. There are some things they use it to mold in the village. We used to do fire too.
And now, the fire will tear it, you know, burn and finish.
That's what you used to do sponge. Now, you now bring out the kernel. The inside of the kernel, is either you chop it as a lunch with a garlic, or you fry it and bring out oil
palm kernel oil.
Then you now use the back to do gravel when you want to do casting on lintel. That's the back.
Yes.
Use it to mix the cement and do gravel. You stay there, kakaraka. Or even use it to do a level. You pour it on the ground where they have water gather. You pour it there. It will now look like a rough sand. Water will not gather there again. It will be sinking. Then that one will not help you to stay on top. Or even use it to do firewood. You see, it's plenty now.
Yes, very
now,
well.
Now, that one where you bring out the palm fruit from, if you burn it, we used to do, there is one ingredient when you want to do abacha. You used to do tikina in abacha. Or you used to do fire. When these soldier ants gather, when they attack you, just bring that in one, just slice it and keep it. You will not see it again in that compound.
You will find their way.
Yes. You see, if just one, inside that one now, the reason why we're using it anyhow is that we have not discovered how to monetize it. If not, all these things I talk about now, money is inside. But because the government will not even help you if you discover. Everywhere is just like that. Everybody's focused on the oil. Everybody is focused on oil. As if the oil will not finish one day. Meanwhile, before now, we used to make money. This house is not in Oyo, Ibadan. They say they use that, what the money they used to build that the tallest building in Nigeria is from cocoa. And you hear about that house, very tall building in Ibadan. From cocoa? Yeah, you're not checking now, cocoa got that kind of money. When I was growing up, I used to see cocoa in my village, but now I don't see cocoa again.
That's because we abandoned it. We neglected everything in that sector.
And that cocoa then is to be very sweet.
The problem is even our cocoa has been rejected when they even take it outside Nigeria.
It's not qualified.
Yes, it will not qualify again. The quality, because the issue there is that there is development now in all of these things. Some of the seedling, you have to come and put them to subject to a lot of laboratory research, and you fortify them. You make them to have more of what is needed in the present world demand. You understand? And that is part of the problem. Another problem now is the bottleneck that government need to also look at and clear. Because somebody was saying that you can carry yam from Nigeria now, you say you want to export, because now people are encouraging, especially youth, to engage in export of agricultural commodities to outside country. But the system of the export is very difficult. Some cost involved, what you are going to be paying is very much. Government policy in that sector is not making it very easy and attractive for the youth to even engage in that export. So government have to look at that sector and make sure they bring out policy. That is part of the infrastructure we are saying, the enabling environment that government should provide. We are not saying government should come and carry the product to go and export for the farmers, but just create policies that are going to be friendly. There is not going to be much people with small money, and you already create the relationship for them in terms of the trade from Nigeria and the other country that is development partner. You have already created a very good understanding that these people will just come and seamlessly be transporting their good. You see, you encourage export. And you know, issue of finance, I know the Bank of Industry, as they are trying to encourage their own, but Bank of Agriculture also should try to do their own part of the thing. And you know, you talk about tractor. Tractor, it might be very expensive for some of the farmers, but some small farmers, there are small technology. If you are watching some of this Chinese channel, you see small technology that are some machine that are even doing what tractor are doing, but it's not going to be as big as tractor. So instead of using tractor that is going to cost you 20-30 million naira, this one will cost you a few 100,000 or a few million naira that you can be able to pay within short period of time, and you are going to cultivate your farmland. You have a very, very robust agricultural system. And if we have encouraged people by doing this kind of thing, especially the teeming youth population of Nigeria, you know, in the past, the previous administration said Nigerian youth are lazy, but this one now they say Nigerian youth are productive. So in order to encourage the production or productivity of this youth in Nigeria, that is why we are using this program now to call on the government to make sure that they have policies that will aid these people in terms of, you see, security, provide finance. People need finance that will go a long way. And for you to do that finance, you have to be able to identify the difference between political farmer and the real farmer. That is one thing that we have to also consider. Then another thing that we have to consider is the technology. We have to encourage them to go into technology. And our school curriculum, we have to encourage our own people to go into agriculture. Do you know that most of the people in their, you know, where my farming started, even though I inherited farming, But I went to technical school and I studied agric mechanization, even from SS1 to SS3. So that is where the idea of the farming come before I continue, and I have now over 40,000 cows. I'm not even talking about the farmland that I have now and other animals. You need to encourage the people to understand. If you go to university now, you will be surprised, especially universities that are not agricultural university or that are not college of agriculture. Most students that you find them in agriculture are students that apply for other courses. They will now push them to agriculture. They did not apply for agriculture because they did not make the course attractive enough. When that is the course that is going to really feed the nation, that is going to give you money. In fact, if you practice agriculture, even before you go to university, from primary and secondary school, you start making money. It's just like entrepreneurship, that you go and learn something you do with your hand. That is one thing. I know the beauty of agriculture is that you don't need to study agriculture before you become a farmer. You can just carry out your research and look for somebody that knows the farming. You join them, you learn one or two. Before you know, you have become farmer. And in part, we are even talking about farming. We talk about the value chain in farming. We cannot even, in fact, if we say we are going to sit down here for a night to tomorrow, we will not finish the value chain of agriculture. If we want to take it one by one, we cannot finish it. In the next 2 weeks, we cannot finish it. In fact, 1 month, we cannot even finish it. It is very enormous. But we have to make it very attractive by having policies that will encourage the teeming youth population of Nigeria to tap into that.
The new Minister of Agriculture, we have it.
Abubakar Kyari, Minister of Agriculture. So I don't really know. I know he's a politician, but I don't. The one that I know is a farmer is a Minister of Sport Development. I know he's a farmer.
You call him Minister of Sport, you call him a farmer, put for sports development. What is he doing in sports? I don't know if you understand that question.
In fact, I think last week, Neko, between last week or last 2 weeks, he went to meet the leadership of is it an agricultural trust fund. I said to Minister of Sport Development is going to meet people in agricultural trust fund. I said to expertise is.
You don't have to be surprised that when he wants to talk about sports now, he will be talking about agricultural sports. He will tell you how to be very fit by doing agriculture, farming. He will still move it back to agriculture. But my problem is, why is it that even in this country, up till now, we have not learned how to call somebody that do law, put him in the Minister of Justice. Calling somebody that do study, like just like what is his name now? The Minister for Works. That one now is engineer. That one now he enter in eyewear.
David Umahi.
Yes. Now, I either go and call somebody that did not do what is. Even if you put somebody that's in aviation now, what's he consign it there? You want to go and learn the work there. Meanwhile, when you want to employ somebody in this country, you say you should go and bring how many years of experience do you have?
5 years and cognate experience.
Yes. Practical experience.
Cognate in that field.
Yes. You say we should go and bring, we should like our years of experience. But when you want to bring somebody that will do the work that will even affect the whole Nigeria, you will bring somebody that will come and learn, do industrial training. Meanwhile, industrial training should be during the past regime. You know you want to be a minister in this next regime. You go and apply and do industrial training under the former minister and be learning how to be a minister under that regime. So that when, if we get to the point where once after election finish, they now make it open, that these are the ministries that are open for, If you know you can do any of this one, apply. You get it? When you apply, with your CV, your certificate, everything complete.
So you look at their performance.
Yes, now
in different sectors, and you carry them as qualified.
We are going to now do screening and reduce it to like maybe 5 each ministry. Each ministry. You send them to the Senate. You can't defend yourself. Anyone that qualify will give him the job. You get it? By that time, when you now as a medical doctor or a consultant, you now come as a minister of health, you will defend it well because you have gone through the problem of that particular sector. You have gone strike. You have complained that government is not doing well. It's not taking care of you people. You have gone through all that problem. When you are now in the position to take care of that sector, you will not misbehave.
So say
because you know that now my people are going through this problem. Now I'm here. Let's solve it.
Yes.
But if you call somebody, for example, You carry somebody that is not seeing, says you go and help people that are not hearing. He does not know how they feel. It's not his business.
Because he cannot see.
In his mind, as I can hear, they can hear me too. So he's not concerned. But if you blink somebody, it's just like blinking a youth. If you blink a youth that have not experienced suffering, he does not understand. Like as someone letter flying up and down, they should make the son of the president, the youth minister. That one cannot tell you that there is a day he woke up, he did not chop morning food.
He cannot.
Yeah, he doesn't have that idea. He have not left before to school and come back, no food even in the house. But when you blame somebody that
you did not go to school and they say you flog tire now because you don't pay school fees.
Or flog you for school fees, or pursue you back. Or use a leg and jump bus and come. But for you, his own, they will go and pick him and drop him. Even the driver will go and pick him and,
driver will wait for you.
I wait for you there and on AC. The class AC, motor AC, house AC. You don't have the same experience with us. You get it? Well, you can tell you now that people stay and they just wait and not send them pocket money. I don't understand what
is pocket money.
Because to me, any money in my pocket is me that work it. You get it? So if I'm telling my story, you're telling your story, you say they have not sent the pocket money. In my head now, how do they say pocket money? What will I use it for? Because me now, when I was in school, I was even working my own money and sending my own some money again to my own people.
And that is why today you are a successful businessman.
Very businessman, very big one.
You see,
like yesterday now, why I slept in my house in my tama. That place now, when I want a quiet place, if I want my neighbor to disturb me, I go to Lube. Sometimes when I want to enjoy noise, I go to Malaba. I have a hotel there. I say, let the noise disturb me small. Let me feel the pain of the people.
You remember what you passed through
what
before.
I passed through then in Onitsha. You know, when I want to remember Onitsha, I go to Malaba. As I'm looking Malaba, I'm looking Onitsha. They are having twin behavior. That's main market. Yeah.
Even the picking pocket and collecting a bag and phone. Everything.
And that one is Ochodi. Ochodi in Lagos. They are twin brothers. Main market Ochodi. They are 5 and 6. Anything you experience in Ochodi, go to Onitsha. It's the same thing. So we have seen things. So when they want to do this thing, they should learn somebody like when they put the person in ICT now. You understand the job.
Tijani Bosun. Digital economy.
Thank you.
Communication and digital economy.
Thank you. You understand.
In fact, I even see something that he is looking for people that are competent in AI. They should come over.
Now you
because
get it
you need people that can really contribute.
But yeah, we are now that kind of person now. If you are discussing with him and you're using some technological terms, he understands.
Some of them even better than you that you are taking it.
Thank you. But now you can't use somebody that the only thing he know inside the airport is to book flights.
And fly from one
fly
country
from
to
one
another.
Place, some of the flights he fly is not the one that pay. Then you now use him and say, come and be the head. Why is he going to start from?
No wonder we have a chartered flight and come and paint it say Nigerian ear.
Thank you. So the problem is there. If we have too many educated people in this country, but the problem is that the non-educated is leading the educated. Like the black man will tell the one that they can see, say follow me, I will show you where we are going to. Meanwhile, you are using me to have hope so that you will not mislead. But you don't want to tell me that I'm the one leading you. But you're using style to stay in front. That's the problem.
So now that the time is not on our side, we have been able to look at all of these things and we have proposed some solution to it, and we are going to conclude by calling the attention of the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari. He's from Meduguri. Yes, he's from Meduguri. And he's a politician, he's a business person. All his life he has been studying business from degree to masters and what have you. He has been a business person and he has even studied outside Nigeria.
But so, when they give him agriculture, they say he will not collect. He will not go to where he understand.
And in fact, you know this man said, you know agriculture very well, pa. This vice president. He's an agricultural economist, pa.
Oh.
Vice president. But he has worked in the banking sector.
He can collect minister too now. Since the president will collect minister.
But they have already given somebody now. So let's just call on this one. Let's just call on this one to make sure that the policy he's going to bring, he's going to implement.
You have his number?
But he can hear us now. You can
now
hear us.
when I call him direct and say you see
wait, after now you call him, not now. After now.
Call him now.
You call him after now. So we are calling on him so that he will make sure that police he do policy that we don't have what do you call it, political farmers. We want to policy that will allow private investors to come and enter the business of farming, because that is the biggest sector that is going to create employment. This 50 million job opportunity or employment that the president want to create. In fact, if you empower agriculture, 50 million is an understatement. It's going to create more than that, if you empower agriculture. And by so doing, we are going to have food in Nigeria sufficient. In fact, you don't understand that Nigeria can feed Nigeria, Nigeria can feed Africa, Nigeria can feed the world.
We have the land.
We have the land, arable land for that matter. Arable land for that matter. We have fertile land, we have the weather, we have the land, we have everything. The atmosphere, the topography, everything we have.
We have God too.
What are you not saying? We have everything that we are going to do. So at this juncture, we
the
have
only thing we don't have here now is government.
We have government. It's just that it's a policy
we don't have a competent one.
We have government.
We have.
You have government. It's just that we are going to continue to knock on their door. Government, this one, please, we torchlight that place. Do what is supposed to be done, and that is why it's very important for our people to be calling us so that they tell us what is happening. We go to the area, we find out what is happening in the area, but there are areas that we might not be able to enter. But you are our representative. You listening to us. That is why this is voice of the people. Now you have the voice. You are going to be bringing all of the information from every nook and cranny of the country and tell us, okay, for Anambra, this is what we are facing. My uncle called me and said, this is that. From Zampara, from Meduguri, from Oshun, from Akwa Ibom, all the places, from Plateau. He said, this is what is happening. We want to know, and we are going to bring it forward. Because it is not only here that we are talking, you are hearing us on the radio, we are also on BOP TV, on YouTube. This video is going to be there. Posterity is going to be there to use this video. Because even after 10, 20, 100 and more than 100 years, the video is there on the YouTube. You can go there and say, voice of the people, area matters, have talked about this matter, and we are seeing the result. And if we are not seeing the result, we'll continue to talk about the matter. Having said that, we are going to say thank you very much for listening. And in fact, I have to appreciate you, my friend, for coming on this to my house for this discussion. You have really enlightened a lot of people, including me, about this value chain of agriculture and food security in Nigeria. We hope that we get out of the wood very, very soon.
Now you are confirmed that my master's degree in business administration in US.
It's true.
It's not a West.
It's true. I confirm it today. So having said that, thank you very much.